Okay, gear effect is a often heard, I think we've all probably heard that term, but I didn't even know what it meant, and I'd been playing and competing for 10 years when I first learned what it meant. It's a little bit complicated. I think most of us don't understand it, and it's really important that we do understand it before we start analyzing our results and hitting shots and guessing what happened or what went wrong. And I think you'll understand that more when I get into it. So really, it's just mostly the concept or understanding what gear effect is. Okay, so when you swing your club and make contact with the ball, when you're using a club that's got a bigger head or a bigger face, a wider face or taller face, or a shaft that's softer or more flexible, where you make contact on the face is really important. When you make contact toward the toe of the club, when you've got a big club like this and a graphite shaft or a soft shaft, the club will actually torque or open up. So when you make contact on the toe with a club that's got a graphite shaft or a soft enough shaft that will allow the club to torque, when you make contact on the toe, the club will actually turn open. And when the club turns open, the ball kind of rolls across the face in a counterclockwise way. So as the ball hits the toe, the club turns open and the ball rolls across the face. So it will want to draw. The ball will want to curve to the left. Now to counteract for that, to create what this gear effect is, to make it work, club companies have designed a club face that arcs across, and it arcs from bottom to top. So that's important because if my ball, when I hit the toe, is going to start rolling across the face and getting draw spin, I need it to start to the right. So a ball hit on the toe, because of the arced face, will start to the right, and because the club has turned open during contact, it will have some draw spin. So a perfectly square swing with a toe strike should have the ball starting right and curving back to the left. Now the opposite's true with the heel. If the ball strikes on the heel, the club's actually going to roll closed, and the ball is going to roll across the face the opposite way as the club rolls closed. So when that club rapidly rolls closed, the ball rolls across the face and it creates clockwise spin, which would create a fade. And the club is designed to allow for that as well. The face on the left side of the club, or on the heel side of the club, is pointed a little bit to the left, so that at impact the ball will start left if it hits on the heel, and then again, as it hits on the heel and rolls the ball across the face, that's going to put clockwise spin on it, or fade spin. It's the same is also true for low hits and high hits on the club. So a ball that hits low on the face is actually going to torque the club down, and as it torques the club down, the ball is going to roll slightly up the face. That's going to create more backspin. A ball that hits high on the face is going to torque the club back, and as it torques the club back, the club's going to roll slightly down the face. It's not really going to roll down the face, but it's going to roll less up the face because the club's torquing back, and so that's going to have less backspin. And again, from the bottom of the face to the top of the face, we'll have some dispersion in angle. So the top of the face might be 13 degrees, and the bottom of the face might be 7 degrees, and the middle might be 10. Same with the heel and toe. We might have 3 to 5 degrees difference from the heel to the toe from the center. So any ball that strikes in the center of the face should launch with optimal spin if you've been fitted or the club's been fitted to you, with your optimal spin and your launch angle, your optimal launch angle. Any ball that launches on the toe should launch right, with a perfectly square swing should launch right because the face is angled that way, and should then curve back because of the spin being put on the ball when the club torques open. Any ball that hits on the heel should start left and curve back to the middle. Any ball hit low should launch low and have more backspin. Any ball hit high should launch a little higher and have a little less backspin because of the roll and the bulge of the club face. So when you're playing and you're hitting a shot, it's really important to understand gear effect. If you're making a swing, and let's say you make a perfect swing, you're swinging exactly as you intend to, and the club comes into the ball and you feel like perfect swing, but it starts way right and hooks left. If we don't understand gear effect, we might assume that we've swung way into out and put a bunch of curve spin on it with our swing. The truth is the club did that, and that's a good thing, because if the ball, if we made a square swing and didn't have this gear effect and hit it on the toe, so we didn't have a rounded face and we hit it on the toe and the ball got a lot of hook spin, it would start straight and then hook way out of the fairway. So gear effect actually, the clubs are designed to have that work for you. So conversely, if we hit one off the heel, we need to know that it was the heel strike that made it start left and curve back to the middle, or it was the toe strike that made it start right and come back to the middle. So after you've hit your shot, before you make your assumption on what your swing did that caused the ball flight, check to see what your contact was on the club so that you can have all the information to make your assessment. So we can use something like face tape, or sometimes people use like foot powder that you can spray on the face that will show where you made those strikes. And I think that's a great tool for you to use now that you're starting to understand gear effect. Anytime you practice with your driver or a longer club that can have that torque, it's good to know where the contact point was.